I guess my question on the appraisal side, what, how are you going to be able to, because we kind of know a sense of where the water reached.
Right.
And we know it was bad here, we know it was bad there, and we don't have to say necessarily, like Fort Myers Beach,
Sure.
we know
Right.
everything got wet.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
how do you, I wonder how you're going to be able to decipher, is that affecting the resale value or the appraisal value, right?
Right.
And I mean, new construction, we always think, okay, it's worth more, but how is this flood going to play into the value?
Yeah, so I mean, that's obviously something we're going to let the market speak to. We don't have enough information yet, but we are starting to see transactions take place of properties that are selling as is with 4 feet of drywall cut out. And so we're starting to get feedback from the market on what impact, if any, there is. And the thing that I've told people about that is, there's two issues as it relates to an event like this. There's the question of, are we going to deal with residual stigma? And then there's the question of, is there a discount that's property specific because of the specific damage to that property?
Right.
And those are separate and distinct issues. The issue of stigma, I think, again, we're going to let the market speak to it, but
Right.
right now, the transactions that are taking place are not suggesting that there's any level of concern or stigma as it relates to the storm. The
Would
second,
you say most of those transactions are in a cash basis,
yeah, most are.
non-financed?
Some now there are some lenders that have come up with financing solutions. A lot of
Supporting
our
our
local banks
community
have done
banks.
that. Sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because they're here for us after the event.
So that's already been put in motion. There's products to assist on the financing side. But right now, we're not seeing any issue as it relates to concerns about stigma. The part about the damage to keep in mind is there's not some magical connection as it relates to a discount. Usually a property will trade at a discount that is based off of what is this property worth when I remediate it, how much is it going to cost me to get it there.
Right.
Those are the two factors that will inform price. It's not terribly complicated. So if I've got a property that I feel like if I put back together is worth $500,000 and I need to do $75,000 worth of work, a seller is probably going to want to try to push for 425. A buyer is probably going to want some negotiating room for the risk and the headache and the unknown of it. And, maybe it's something then less than that number.
Right.
So cost plus is likely going to be the differentiator.
Gotcha.